Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday and another episode of the Kizzy Show. I'm Kizzy.
I'm Silas, and we talk about what you want to hear.
And we got a great little chunk of football stuff we're talking about because, Silas, it's Conference Championship Saturday, man.
Man, it's a big day.
Big day. We get to see who's actually in the playoffs.
Yep.
And I'm sure it won't be controversial at all.
No controversy this year.
All right. So, before we do that, we're going to talk about some other stuff happening here at the University of Alabama because, you know, Bama probably got a lot to make the playoffs. We're probably going to talk about that later.
Okay. Yep.
But there's some bigger stuff going on campus. So, Wednesday, the university canceled 2 student-run magazines here on campus. Alice Magazine, which focuses on women's issues like fashion. I mean, I don't read it, but it's like geared towards women.
Yeah.
All right. 1956, geared towards the African-American community here on students. And they canceled both these magazines for reasons under the DEI. I mean, I'm really not too sure the reason because the reasoning is honestly not that great. The Crimson White did a great story about this. The Crimson White, also run by students here at the University of Alabama. And they said that the university decided to suspend these magazines because of a memo passed from Attorney General Pam Bondi saying who was advising its so-called unlawful proxies for illegal discrimination by federal funds recipients. Silas, does that make sense to you?
No sense at all.
Okay, it doesn't make sense to me either because these magazines are geared toward, I mean, I agree, they're geared towards a specific audience, but that's what magazines are for, Silas.
Magazines are made to do that, JD.
Exactly. Not everybody reads Golfer's Digest. Only
No,
golfers
no,
do that.
yes.
Or some magazines. Do you read magazines, Silas?
I don't, but Sports Illustrated,
Yeah.
if I did, that's for athletes.
Yeah.
You read that.
That's right. And also, I could see where the university would be coming from if these magazines had only women on their staff or only black people on their staff. But that wasn't the case, Silas. There were dudes working for Alice. There were white people working for 1956. Really just doesn't make sense here. Really not a good look for the University of Alabama. Just really striking down some good outlets for media, taking away opportunities from students to really gain experience in the media industry. So, hope y'all don't cancel the radio station next because that's where I work, and that would kind of suck.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah, students all over the university are just befuddled. A lot of protests going on. Faculty. I emailed a bunch of my professors. I was like, "Hey, what do y'all think about this?" And they were like, "I mean, this is disappointing at a minimum.
Yeah.
Just really, really not good. Not a good look for the University of Alabama." So there's some good news for these magazines, though. Some former alumni are giving these guys some private funding so they can keep on going.
Yep.
And hopefully this is not the end of those 2 magazines. All right. I think it's time to talk some football, Silas.
I think it is, JD.
Let's talk football.
All right.
Right behind us, we have the college football playoff rankings from last Tuesday. This is what was revealed to us. We have at number 1, Ohio State, Indiana at number 2, Georgia number 3, Texas Tech number 4, Oregon 5, and you can see the rest of the list probably. And then 2 spots for conference champions. Notice it does not specify which conference, just the 5 highest ranked conference champions. So, Silas, what are your initial? Do you have any initial thoughts here of this ranking? Does any spot kind of surprise you? Maybe.
I mean, not really. The only thing that jumps out to me as a Bama fan, I see the schedule and I am very intimidated. We got Oklahoma, who's already beat us, and then we go to Ohio State. It is not an easy bracket for Bama as of right now. That's the only. I like the format, other than having the top 5 highest ranked conferences. I don't like that part. But
you don't like that part at all. You're saying
I hate that part.
Get rid of the conference champ stuff.
No. I like conference championships.
But you're saying don't give them an automatic.
But if they're not a top 12 team, I don't think they should be in.
All right.
It's just like how it used to be, like the top 4 teams. I like that more. It's just the best 4 teams in the nation.
Are you saying we should go back to the BCS, where it's just the top 2 teams?
No, I want the top 12 teams. I love this format if it was the top 12 teams in the nation.
But this way, you're giving everybody a shot.
Okay, but these people don't have a shot,
and it makes conference championships mean something. It makes winning your conference mean something.
You get a really good bowl game if you win your conference championship. But I don't want Tulane playing Ohio State ever. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Never say never. Any given Saturday, bro.
I just don't.
Any given Saturday.
I just don't think it's gonna happen. So I think the top 12 teams should be in.
All right, we'll see. Anyways, some stuff we need to talk about right here. I mean, there's a lot of teams on here, but maybe we should talk about who's not on here. Because, Silas, the Miami Hurricanes are not on this bracket right now, even though they beat one of the teams that is on here. Notre Dame has 2 losses. Lost to Miami and Texas A&M. First 2 games of the year. Miami also has 2 losses. But yet, Notre Dame's ranked above Miami, even though they lost to Miami. Silas, I think this is absolutely stupid.
I completely agree. That's a terrible ranking.
There's no way.
Notre Dame has not played anybody, JD. They played Miami, got beat. They played Texas A&M, got beat. And I don't think Texas A&M's that good, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Valid. I mean, I wouldn't say Notre Dame hasn't played anybody, but I mean,
they beat USC.
USC, Pitt is a tricky win. I think Pitt's a pretty good team. But then we start to run out of
I think USC is their best win.
Navy's, decent. Hey, trying to help you out, Catholics. It's okay. Just pretty much what the committee's saying is that head-to-head really doesn't matter.
No, not at all. Yeah. Which makes no sense to me. But
right, it shouldn't be the only thing they look at, but it should be the most important thing.
Yes, 100%.
When you're comparing 2 teams,
yep.
A great way to know who's better is, oh wait, did they play each other? Oh, they did. Oh, hello. Let's also talk about Texas A&M for a little bit. They were number 3 last week. They dropped down to number 7, and you might say, well, what's the big deal? Well, Ole Miss is right there at 6. A&M fans would argue they have a case to be ranked above Ole Miss, and they would much rather be ranked above Ole Miss because the path for a 7th seed is way harder. We were just talking about this off camera, Silas. Way harder than the 6th seed because, we just said Notre Dame shouldn't be ranked above Miami. I still think they're a playoff team. I still think Notre Dame is great. I wouldn't want to play Notre Dame in the postseason if I was any team. Honestly,
JD, I have to disagree with you there.
Okay, really?
Yeah, I just do not think Notre Dame is a solid team this year.
Okay,
I really don't. I just hate how it works, man. I think Miami, I think Vanderbilt, and I think Texas should all be in. Instead of these 2 conference championships that are not the best teams.
Miami and Vanderbilt, Texas should not be in.
You don't think so?
No.
They beat Oklahoma. They lost to Ohio State by a touchdown.
Right now?
They lost to Georgia.
All right. Right now, they may be one of the 12 best teams, but they haven't earned that. They lost to Ohio State. Well, they almost lost in Kentucky, Mississippi State. They had a terrible loss to Florida.
Okay, they did it. Bama had a terrible loss to Florida State.
But they've earned it. They've earned a spot in the playoff. They've beaten quality teams.
Texas has beat Oklahoma, and they beat Texas A&M.
2 quality wins.
Yes.
But then you look at how they've performed the rest of the year.
Yes.
A lot of skating. And they dropped one to Florida and Ohio State early in the year.
That is very true. Ohio State, though. Come on. That doesn't count. All right.
Valid.
I don't know. But
good loss to have.
But Texas can't be in because of these because of the 2 teams that have to be in for the conference championship.
Exactly.
So that's not even a debate.
Good system.
Yeah,
absolutely. What else we need to talk about? Well, either way, Silas, all this kind of parity at the top has kind of created a no-win scenario for the committee because no matter what happens, they're going to get flamed. Somebody's going to be left out who deserves to be in. There's honestly like 15 playoff teams this year.
Yes, I agree.
Honestly, probably 20 playoff teams that we could legitimately make a case for. But they're going to have to leave somebody out. Somebody's going to be mad. And either way, they're going to make the wrong decision. Like, that's what it feels like. No matter what they do.
They have to,
It's going to be wrong. So get ready for that, guys. Somebody is going to be pretty ticked off at the committee.
Yes, they are.
We'll find out who it's going to be on Sunday. So now let's talk about some conference championship games. Okay, let's preview some conference championship games. We're only going to do the 4 Power 4 conferences because they're the only ones playing Saturday. We're actually filming this on Friday. Tonight, both James Madison and North Texas and Tulane play. James Madison plays Troy, who's 8-4. They should win that game.
They should.
However, North Texas and Tulane can decide a playoff spot. Most likely, this is a playoff game for them.
The North Texas Tulane game is a playoff game, is it not?
Essentially, you're playing in.
Yes, 100%.
Play-in, yeah. So, one playoff spot will be locked, and there are some other locks. But what I'm saying is you guys know who wins the game, so you know more than we do.
Yeah.
Right? Hate to interrupt the episode right here, guys, but this is the score of the Tulane and North Texas game at the time of editing this video.
Barring a North Texas comeback for the ages, Tulane seems to have this in the bag, and they should make the college football playoff.
Let's go to the Big Ten. Some people say this is the best conference in football.
Okay.
And we have the top 2 teams in the nation facing off, Ohio State and Indiana. Silas?
We definitely have the best team in the nation playing in
Okay.
this game. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not think Indiana's too. They haven't proved very much. They're a really good team. I don't know if they're the second best team in the nation. I think Ohio State is by far the best team, though. Okay, so the Big Ten is solid. The SEC is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we've said on this show.
Yeah, as we have
repeatedly.
said, yes. From top to bottom, the SEC is better. Okay. Now, Indiana's really good. Ohio State, I think, is a little bit better, and just because of that, they just have more talent. They have proved to me all year that they are the best team in college football. I think they go out and they win, and I think they win, but I do think this will be really close, and I think Indiana will cover.
All right. The line for this game is 4 points, by the way. So saying Ohio State by a field goal, most
By
likely.
field goal, yeah.
All
I mean,
right.
close game, but I do think Ohio State is
Valid.
the better team.
Love the pick, Silas. I agree with you on this. I think Ohio State is a little better. I think they win and cover this game. A lot of people who have watched the Buckeyes this year be like, oh, they haven't played anybody. I think they've just made it look like they haven't played anybody.
Yeah,
because they've just been whooping up on
Yeah.
it. Like, Michigan was a team that
Michigan's solid.
they're solid. They could have had a shot, like a long shot at the playoff, but still a very good team. I mean, they just beat the doors off them in their own backyard.
Close.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Ohio State's played some good teams, but they've just made them look like bad teams. That's what great teams do. They punk good teams.
That's right.
Let's go to the Big 12 now. BYU versus Texas Tech. This is a rematch from earlier in the year, which is going to be actually the last 3 games we're picking are all rematches.
Yes.
So that's
Pretty cool,
interesting.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Texas Tech smacked BYU last time.
29-7, JD.
Kind of pulled down their pants and just
Yeah.
gave them the paddle.
Yeah,
right there. But it's really hard to beat the same team twice. So, Silas, do the Red Raiders get it done?
JD, BYU's playing for a playoff spot.
Yep.
Texas Tech's playing for a first-round bye. Okay, they're both playing for something. Texas Tech beat them 29-7 the first game of the year. Was not close at all. I seriously don't think BYU is a top 15 team in the nation. I think Texas Tech gets this done by 15, 20 points again. I got Texas Tech to win and cover.
Wow. Okay. Interesting pick there, Silas.
I don't think so. I don't think that's interesting, JD.
Okay. Well, this pick goes out to Joseph Ratliff, my buddy who's down at BYU. Joseph, if you're watching the show, hey there. I think BYU is a really good team. I think they are really talented. I feel like a lot of people are overlooking them. And I think they keep this game very close. Texas Tech's favorite by 12.5. I think that's too much. And I think BYU covers. But they do not win the game. Texas Tech beats BYU. I think.
And BYU's out of the playoffs?
Out of the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
See you, BYU. And if. Now, this is something interesting right here. If BYU wins, probably knocks Notre Dame out.
Yeah.
But if BYU loses, you know who'd be the number 11 team?
Would it be?
Miami.
Right.
So you're comparing Notre Dame to Miami.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Yeah.
If only there was a way we could determine how one team's better. Oh, wait, there is. They played and Notre Dame lost. So
You're a Miami super fan, JD.
yeah, I mean, I'm a little biased towards the ACC.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ACC is desperate for a team.
They need a team in there.
They need a team in there. Need a good team. I'm going a little rant. Right? I mean, I think Miami's the best team in the ACC.
Yeah,
but they're not
agree.
playing in the conference
I
championship
completely
game.
agree with you. Yes.
So
100%.
I don't know how that worked out, but we are.
Yeah.
Anyways, Texas Tech win and cover. No,
I had Texas Tech.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. You to cover. All right. Let's go to a game that we will definitely be watching, a game that means a lot to us. The SEC Championship down in Atlanta, Georgia, or Bryant-Denny East, as we like to call it.
Yep.
The Tide and the Bulldogs going at it again for the second time this year. Like we just said, it's so hard to beat the same team twice. Silas, does Alabama beat Georgia twice in 1 year?
JD, Alabama's 10-1 against Georgia the last 11 times we played. The one time we lost, we played them twice in 1 year. Okay. If we're in Atlanta, I'm so scared for this game, JD. I think Bama's still in the playoffs even if they lose. As long as Bama does not get beat by 30 or 20 or plus. This is the most biased pick I've made all year. I've thought and believed with my whole heart that Bama is going to win every game this year. I am so scared for this one, but I still have Bama, and it's going to be so close. But I think Bama wins. JD.
Bama wins.
Yeah.
Wow, that'd be a big upset. Everything logically in this game, honestly, is telling me to pick Georgia.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
Georgia they're a scary team right now. I think they're peaking at the right time. We saw that against Texas.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech was a little bit of a struggle. That was a rivalry game.
Yeah,
so
I understand that.
Exactly.
Bama struggled against Auburn. So.
Absolutely. Yeah. Alabama's looked really, really shaky as of late.
Ty
I think,
Simpson, he just has not looked good, JD.
Nah, Ty Simpson, the offense, the defense. I'm kind of proud of the defense, but just
Okay, yeah. Jam Miller's questionable. Also,
yeah, that's right. LT Overton is out.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries. I mean, both teams have.
Is
some
Clavis
injuries.
back this week?
He's questionable. Game time decision. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll
He'll play.
see.
He'll play.
All logical factors are telling me to pick Georgia. However, there's one factor that we must consider when picking, and that's called the paternal syndrome.
As we made up last week.
Made up last week. Yeah, it's a term I've coined. I need to get that trademark. So
Yes, you do.
we
Yes.
that. But saying it in college football, certain teams have to be other teams' daddy. Alabama is Georgia's daddy. Alabama beats Georgia and wins the SEC, and probably, or they should, get a top 4 spot in the playoff if they beat Georgia.
I
right,
sure hope
Silas?
so, JD.
Sure hope so.
Yeah. It's going to be the committee's decision, and I'm going to be at the committee if we're 5 through 8.
Because what happens if we host a playoff game?
If we host a playoff game, JD, me and JD here are waking up at probably 2 a.m. and we're going to make sandwiches until kickoff.
That's right, which is a great time to promote the place we work at Jimmy John's, which got some new melt subs coming. They're going to be good, so go down to Jimmy John's. Check it out. Say hey to me and Silas.
That's right.
All right, last game. Is this a long shot to say this is the biggest game of the day, Silas?
I mean, it's definitely has the most on the line, JD.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. ACC championship between freaking Virginia and this is not basketball, by the way.
No,
This
not
is-
basketball.
This is football.
Yep.
Virginia and 7-5 Duke.
It's just outrageous to me that they made their conference championship.
Yeah. Did they win it?
They don't.
They don't.
They do not win. I think I'm not gonna lie. I have not watched one football game from either one of these teams this year. Okay, but I do know Duke is terrible. Then they lost to UConn. Is that
They did.
right?
That's correct.
Yeah, UConn may be one of the worst football teams in the FBS this year. I think Virginia gets it done, which keeps Duke out of the playoffs, and Virginia's in, obviously. And so I think Virginia's got it to win and cover.
Win and cover. It's so hard to beat the same team twice.
It is.
Virginia, they played Duke. They smacked them pretty handily.
Yeah.
34-17, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure was the final score.
Yep.
And, I mean, the entire ACC is rooting for Virginia right here.
Yeah.
Pulling for Virginia. Which, by the way, what a great job Tony Elliott has done with those guys. I mean, especially this year, just really transformed the program. Because Silas, I mean, they were just awful. I mean,
Yes.
even last year, but
I know.
this
Yeah.
year. Crazy turnaround. And shout out to Duke, too, getting here. I mean, they won the games that mattered. They won
did.
some great conference games, and they got to Charlotte for the championship. But I'm with you, man. I think Virginia's just too good.
They're a better team.
They're a better team, yeah. And better teams win the game.
Yes.
It's really not rocket science here. So, Virginia wins and covers, but there will be a lot of Duke fans Saturday. Tulane and North Texas, I mean, rooting for Duke so they can get a little hodgepodge, and James Madison especially, because
If Duke wins this game, James Madison is in the playoffs.
most likely they got to beat Troy first. Don't
They do-
count
they
out the
do have to beat
Trojans,
Troy.
buddy.
They do have to beat Troy. You were right.
Yeah, don't sleep on the Trojans, man.
Did the Trojans have any shot?
They're 8-4,
Oh.
which is better than Duke. I don't know.
Duke, yes.
they might.
There's a chance. Yeah.
Maybe some team
Yeah.
from the Mountain West.
Yeah.
Throw in Conference USA, maybe.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see.
When's the selection show? Is it on Tuesday?
It's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm so excited. But
Yeah.
first, we got Saturday.
First, we got Saturday. And let's take a look at the picks, where we're at. Well, straight up, we are picking the exact same thing.
Yes,
I still
we are.
have a one-game lead. It's going to come down to
And
the
I'm
wire.
running out of time, folks.
Running out of time,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
And then against the spread, you have Indiana, BYU covering, and that's about it. JD still has a pretty massive lead against the spread. I'll say, I don't want to. This is gonna sound so cocky, so arrogant, but hey, I started at 1-7.
That is
Against the
yeah,
spread.
Yeah. Look at this comeback. Yeah.
All right. And I think that'll do it, man, for another
so.
episode of the Kizzy Show. Thank
Yep.
you guys so much for watching. We're filming this on Silas's phone. It's on like 5% right now. I really hope your phone's not dead.
Yeah,
That would
you're
suck.
talking to a black screen. That
That's
would
right.
be terrible.
Well, yep. You got any final words for the people?
I mean, guys, root for Bama. We need the dub. God bless and eat some good food this weekend.
That's right. See y'all next Saturday. Roll Tide.